Hi everyone!
Hello!
Hi everyone!
Hi!
Happy Sunday!
As you can see, we're all going crazy in quarantine. We've got colors all over her face, haircuts needing to happen, but we're good. We hope you're all good too. Do you guys want to say anything, you kids?
Bleh.
Say anything to your friends, your aunties, your uncles?
I got my ears pierced.
Mia got her ears pierced right after her birthday. You guys missed it. Anything else? No? Alright, well you guys go play, okay?
Bye.
No.
Blah, blah, blah. I should get your face paint now on our faces.
Well, we hope everyone has had a good week. You know, once again, really feeling sad to not be able to see people face to face. It's just not the same talking on the phone or video calls, even though it's better than nothing. But we really hope you all are doing really well as can be given your situations. I'd like to just share a short message with you relating to the situation that we're all in the world right now. This is a short excerpt from the Divine Principle from the section on the province of restoration and the progress of history. It says, since human society is composed of individuals who are constantly at war within themselves, interactions among them cannot help but be full of discord and conflict. Human history has consisted of people's conflict-ridden social relationships constantly changing with the course of time. Hence, it has necessarily unfolded in strife and warfare. Nevertheless, in the midst of the persistent fight between the original mind and the evil mind, people are ever striving to repel evil and follow the way of goodness. As they gain ground in their striving, their efforts bear fruit in righteous deeds. Therefore, the world toward which history is progressing is the kingdom of heaven, where the goal of goodness will be realized. We must understand that conflicts and wars are interim phenomena to separate good from evil in the pursuit of this ultimate goal. Even though evil may triumph at times, God will use it to steer history toward the fulfillment of a greater good. In this respect, we can recognize that the progress of history toward goodness is driven by a process of constantly dividing good from evil according to God's providence of restoration. So, and this is from Isaiah chapter 40. The grass withers, the flowers fades, but the word of our God will stand forever. I think it's good for us to be reminded of these kinds of things because, right now we're in this situation where the coronavirus is affecting everybody. It's affecting all of our lives. It's affecting our freedom, our ability to do the things that we feel like doing, even just being able to see people. It affects our ability to have church, to get together. It affects for many of us, jobs and family situations. Many of us are in really tight quarters. I was texting with this new family that's moving here with the 6 children, and he was saying that they were waiting for their house to be ready to be moved into, and so they were all in a motel room. And if you've ever had 8 people in a motel room, I hope that they at least got a couple rooms, but I don't know, you never know. Sometimes things are crazy, but it's affecting everyone's life in different ways. And I think it's important for us to remember that this isn't the last time that there's going to be something like this, a disease, and reality is, we're being affected by this right now in our personal lives, but there's many kinds of things like this that are happening all around the world at any given moment that are affecting people's daily lives, whether it's war, or prejudice, or natural disasters, or disease, or just many different things that affect people's lives and make it hard to live the way you want to live your life. And we can be, if we're constantly affected by all these things, then we can't live our life. And so I think that it's important at this time to reflect on these kind of words, that no matter what's happening in the world, no matter what's happening in our lives, God's plan is still going forward. God's plan has come to this point, even despite crazy history of humanity, which if you look at history, it's been wars, it's been bloodshed, it's been disease, it's been one thing after another thing after another thing. So we're really blessed, in many ways to be living at this time in history. But let's not forget that there's a God. Let's not forget that God has a plan, that we are God's creation and we are God's object, and that God's going to use this situation and other situations to bring about some positive thing in the world. I mean, we don't know what exactly that's going to look like, but we can even look at our own lives and we can see that, despite our challenges, despite our difficulties, we can make good things happen. We can learn lessons. We can grow wiser. We can teach others. We can share with others. And that doesn't mean that we shouldn't, do what's right. It doesn't mean that we'd be like, oh, everything is in God's hands. It's not like that. Of course, we have to be responsible, and we should try our best to do what we can to care for others. And if there's some way we can contribute to this situation, that's wonderful. One person was sharing with us that they were thinking, what can I do? Even thinking, maybe, even donating some masks or something like that, and that's really beautiful. And we should be thinking that way as well. But let's not be too humanistic and forget that there's a God as well, and that there's both aspects at play, our own individual responsibility, and that God is also working in the world as well.
Yeah, I think it's really important, especially in these, when this is like all you see everywhere on social media or on the news or any conversation you have, it always turns back to the coronavirus. It's like it can just dominate everything in our life and feel like that's the only thing that's happening. But I think it's like a lesson to learn from God, that in whatever circumstances we're in, yes, of course, this is our reality. We have to deal with it. But beyond that, let's have a heart and mind that it's bigger than the virus, or bigger than just what's happening in front of us today.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So thank you, Pastor Mike. Along with that, though, one thing that we do want to share, and we've shared this before, but it's been a while, is that we have a program or a resource called the Lifeboat, and it's not the church's thing. It's the finances aren't connected to the church, but it's organized by members in our church to provide resources for people who are in a difficult situation where a few $100s could really help to cover a medical expense or a month's rent, or if your electricity is going to get turned off, to prevent that. And so we want to share this with you because there might be people who are now experiencing the need for a little extra help. There are many people who I think could benefit from $100 or $400 or something like that. And there are also people who are really looking to try to help people and feeling like I really wish I could contribute to somebody or do something. So we want to share this just so that you know that either you can donate to the Lifeboat. We'll send out an email also to share more about it. But also, if you need some help, that you can apply to be a recipient of the Lifeboat, and you can look more at that in the email as well. Annalise wants to show you her face real quick. Ta-da! Thank you, Annalise. Okay, you'll be quiet now, okay? Yeah, so that's one of the resources we wanted to share with you.
Yeah. Another thing we're going to send out within the next couple days is positive parenting videos. So a few years ago, when Adonia and I first moved here, we were really struggling with the whole family dynamic.
Adjusting to new and changing and different circumstances, which all of us are in right now.
Yeah, so it affects everyone differently. Kids can be affected, and adults were affected as well. And yeah, we were going a little bit crazy, and we found this video series called Positive Parenting Solutions on Facebook. And we bought a subscription, and we watched some of the videos, and they were really, really helpful for us. There's just so many different videos. It's dealing with teenagers, dealing with power struggles, with strong-willed children, dealing with some of the other situations, sibling rivalries,
and also
chores.
Just creating positive structures for kids to learn how to use money wisely, to create positive money habits for their future. Chores, responsibilities, things like that.
And we're also aware that one of the effects that this whole quarantine is having on many of you is that your family dynamic is being challenged. So, husband-wife relationships are being challenged, sibling relationships, or parents and children. We're all in tight quarters. We can't get out. Parks are closed.
None of us are exempt.
Malls are closed. Yeah, we've been very challenged by it ourselves. So we just want to make that available. We bought this subscription, and we're going to send out our username and login, and any of you that might that think that might be valuable to you, we would love for you to use it if you want to.
Yeah, there's like an introductory seminar that you can watch to get the basic ideas of the principles, and then you can go through and look at the different topics and see what you might be dealing with particularly that could be helpful.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
So I also just want to mention that many of you know that there are some members of our community that have been affected by the virus, and we know that it's kind of alarming. We just want to let you know that nobody is in a life-threatening situation. It's not that their life isn't easy, but they're recovering. They're doing okay. We've really tried our best to communicate well with people who've been affected, and also to make sure that anyone that those people have had any close contact with were notified that they may have been affected by the virus, and they should stay away from other people as much as possible. We know that it's kind of an alarming, it's easy for sickness to spread in our community. We're so interconnected, even at this time. But we just do want you to let you know that we take it very seriously, and we're trying to do everything we can. And it looks like at this point that the sickness has been contained and it's not spreading anymore the last couple of weeks.
One family that's challenged with it right now is the Vogenthalers, and Mark and Keiko Vogenthaler, and Keiko's getting a little better now, but Mark is still in the midst of it. And one thing that we know from people who have had it is that even when you're getting better, you're just completely exhausted. So we want to set up a Take Them a Meal chart or plan, sign up for people to, if you've been feeling like you want to do something to contribute or to help out, then you can sign up to give a meal to the Vogenthalers. Just drop it off on their porch and text them, let them know they have it. I would recommend with disposable containers, so you don't have to worry about getting your dishes back, things like that. Or you can also just order a meal through some like takeout or Grubhub or delivery service that can bring it to them. So for the next week or so, I'll be organizing some meals for them. And one thing that we do want to create to help our community out, and what is it, Mia? Okay, is beyond just our weekly updates and videos and the calling that we've been doing with people and the virtual small groups that some people have taken advantage of, is we'd really like to create a space where anybody who wants to can get on together and see each other's faces and connect to each other at the same time. So starting this coming Saturday morning, we're going to do kind of like a weekly meetup check-in Zoom call, and we're just inviting everybody to get on. We can see each other, say hello, maybe share some inspiration or some positive experiences that we've had through this time to just kind of uplift each other. And I really feel like that's something that we miss. We're doing the videos, we're talking on the phone, but we're not seeing each other's faces, and I feel like that's something that we can add in this coming week to just kind of bolster everybody's spirits and create more positivity for all of us. So we'll send out more information and a Zoom link for that as well.
Yeah. So that's mostly what we have to share with you. Just as a final note, if any of you are like us, you like to tithe at the beginning of the month, every month, just kind of like, create that habit. And so being that it's the first week of the month, we just wanted to send a little reminder that you can do that. You can mail, you can go online, you can do it. Also, we have a text to give option. It's 720-605-1829. I'll have the phone number on the video as well. But you can just text that number with an amount. So if you write 50 and you text that number, then you'll go through the process to set it up, and then it's pretty easy. So just wanted to let you know. Just wanted to remind you about that.
Yep, well, the situation here is disintegrating quickly, as you can hear, and probably for you too. So, we miss you all, and we'll see you next week. And hopefully on Saturday, we'll see you guys all on Zoom. And until then, we love you, and God bless you.
Bye.
Bye.